Okay, so we're going to go over a little guard pass and submission combination that I was able to pull off in the super match that I had recently. This is by far my favorite combination. I train this all the time, and it's always really gratifying when it works the way that it's supposed to. So we're just going to break this down and do a little bit of explanation of what I think about when I'm using these positions, and hopefully you can also have some success with these when you train as well. So the first thing that we start to think about is how that I am using my grips. So the grips that I like for these right now is the collar here and then the pants on the outside. When I grip the pants, I like to hold more down by the foot than at the knee, hoping to take away the mobility of his foot. So when I'm here, get a nice grip down at the bottom, and I have a good solid grip on the collar. So for here, I'm in a nice crouch, my rear end is low. What I want to do is step out here, and I want to cross my knee over his shin. I try to stay away from his thigh, and I'd rather be more over his shin. I put the knee on the floor and have a little bit of a pivot step. I really like this pivot step because right now it gives me the most options. I can do a lot of different things from here. I'm ready to be athletic. I'm facing my partner. So right away from here, what I'm going to do is press down the leg, step right over, and put my weight on his thighs here, pinning his legs, and this hand is right on the collar. The great thing about this hand being on the collar is that if there's any separation between his body here, the hand shoots straight in, which is what I want it to do next. So if I feel any, like I said, any gap between his elbow and his body here, I can sometimes use my hand to push, but I want to get my hand in here. If I can see my hand, then I'm going to be able to use what we call as a head and arm ezikiel. So from here, my toes come on top of his shin, and I start to slide around the back, gripping my gi here. Now my knee needs to come up high by his shoulder, here, and this is going to come right in the front. Now a lot of times his head and his arm are really tight together, so this is when I like to make some motion and start to grind my hand back and forth so it fits in the neck, and a little bit of pressure can get the submission usually without a problem. So again, we're up, have my grips and a nice crouch, have the pants, step, cross my knee over his shin, a little bit of a pivot on the knee, now one step to the top position. Any separation of the elbow, hands slip right in. Now if you can actually come around this side, you'll see my foot. It is very important that I put my foot on top of his feet so he doesn't catch me in the guard. Now from here, once I've established that, I can make my grip, slip my outside knee high, and I get the submission with the head nod. One last one. Here, out, over, inside, and into the finished position. We'll get one more different angle. Here, collar and sleeve, over, up, and into the finish. Alright guys, that's my guard pass to head and arm ezikiel. Like I said, my favorite thing to do. Have a lot of success with it, and it's just a very nice thing to be able to drill. Easy, not too hard on the partners. So thanks for watching the video.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Ben. Nice. Yes. 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 There it is. There it is. There it is. Right to the back.
Nice.
Right to the back. Yes.